The woman let down her hair, then dipped it into the water, and something magical happened. Her hair turned from black to silver white. The emperor saw her in this state. Upon realizing what was happening, Mary immediately fled because, in the previous dynasty, silver hair was a sign of treason. People with silver hair would be killed on sight. When Mary was young, her mother would dye her hair black. At that time, Mary didn't understand why her mother did this. Her mother explained that people outside didn't like silver hair and that black hair brought blessings. Just as they were talking, soldiers suddenly arrived, and her mother quickly took Mary and ran. She set Mary down in a corner and told her to stay hidden no matter what happened, to stay silent, and not to move. Mary didn't understand but promised to follow her mother's instructions. Her mother intended to sacrifice herself to protect Mary. The soldiers caught her mother, and Mary was too scared to speak. She covered her ears, for all she could hear were her mother's screams. The next day, Mary went out to search for her mother. At that moment, she saw her mother, but all that was left of her was her head. Afterward, Mary was sold to another family, where she was given only one steamed bun to eat daily and was tasked with cleaning the courtyard. One evening, she saw a golden arrow stuck in a beam of the house. The next day, all the officials knelt before her. The golden arrow was a symbol used by the emperor to choose his concubines. Mary was lucky. She had become the Empress Dowager, a figure no emperor dared to provoke. The Empress Dowager was not a single person, but a role. Previous Empress Dowagers were descendants of priestesses, and they used magic to deal with palace matters. Whether it was killing someone or finding a person, as long as the right payment was made, the Empress Dowager could fulfill any request. Her status was higher than anyone else's. However, some believed that anyone who met the Empress Dowager would bring misfortune. Many years later, a newly crowned emperor came to seek out the Empress Dowager. A golden light appeared at the entrance, and a bird flew out from the light. The emperor and his guards were terrified. When they realized what it was, they found it was just a chicken. As the guards were about to kill the chicken, they suddenly heard a voice. Mary told the guards to leave the chicken alone, for it was precious. Killing it would cost them their lives. Mary was now the Empress Dowager, and she wasn't afraid of any emperor. The emperor took out an earring and asked Mary for help. He knew that Mary could solve any problem, whether it was killing someone or finding something. But Mary replied, the one who casts the curse must also bear it. To kill, it costs a life. To pray, it requires money. If you want to find a lost item, we need to discuss it further. The emperor requested Mary to find the owner of the earring, but Mary refused immediately. The emperor's power was vast. With one command, he could find the owner. If he didn't do that, there must be a reason. Mary thought he was toying with her, certain it was something sinister. The guards came and told Mary to respect the emperor. The emperor knew that the Empress Dowager could be either a fairy or a ghost. At that moment, the emperor took Mary's hand, knowing she was human. He asked for her name, and Mary shyly told him. The emperor thought her name was beautiful, and Mary blushed. Just then, Mary's sleeve slipped down, revealing a mark. The next second, Mary told them to leave. She took off her lotus flower headpiece and blew a breath toward the emperor. In an instant, they were transported outside the door. Mary threw the emperor's earring out after them. The emperor and his guards were confused, but the emperor didn't give up. The next day, he came back to find Mary, bringing many gifts. But Mary, being the Empress Dowager, had seen every gift before. She wouldn't accept any bribes. She told the emperor to leave. The emperor, however, had brought lotus seed-filled buns specially made for her, because he had heard that Mary liked them. Mary didn't expect to be won over by lotus seed buns. She happily ate them, and the emperor finally made his request. The earring had been found by a guard in the palace a few days ago. The emperor discovered that it had a ghost attached to it. He had once seen a woman in a red dress with the earring in her left ear. He wanted to know who this person was. He also praised Mary